Matt and Abby have been caught leaving their 1 and 2-year-old alone in their cruise ship room. Matt and Abby are a popular TikTok couple with 5.3 million followers on TikTok, and they left their 1 and 2-year-olds in their cruise ship room alone, being supervised by a phone or a tablet, FaceTiming the baby monitors. So you're probably thinking, how do people find out about this? They literally found out about this because Abby posted on her Instagram story a picture of 2 baby monitors in her hand with the captions. So it ended up taking them for 5 nights, and it became apparent that they weren't enjoying it, and therefore we weren't either. So then we switched our dinner time to after their bedtime and FaceTime the monitors while we ate, and that worked out much better for everyone. Then in parentheses, baby monitors don't work on board unless you're only like 10 feet away. So when people read that, they were like, what the heck, what do you mean that you left your babies in the room alone and they were just only being supervised by something FaceTiming the baby monitor and you're on a cruise ship? Anything literally could have went wrong, and they are so lucky that their children are okay, because there are stories where people have went missing on cruise ships for many different reasons, and that easily could have happened to our 1 and 2-year-olds because cruise ships are humongous. I'm not sure how long she kept this on her story, but since then it has been deleted. I cannot find an explanation as to why they did this to their 1 and 2-year-old. Maybe if they were 12, 13-ish, maybe they can get a little pass, I'm not sure, but 1 and 2-year-olds, that is completely unacceptable. With their cruise ship room, the husband, Matt, had actually took a video and did a whole tour of the room, so we saw how they had it set up.
Abby is staying in the room next to ours, so I get this whole bed to myself. It's actually just 2 twin beds squished together.
We do that so that we can have one kid in one room and the other kid in the other room. We do that so that we can have one kid in one room and the other kid in the other room.
So that means that they can only have one camera on each child in each separate room.
We're on a cruise with our 2 kids.
So let's do a room tour. Oh.
And then check this out. This is our view of the ocean. Okay, check it out. We have life jackets. Hopefully we don't have to use them. Abby is staying in the room next to ours, so I get this whole bed to myself. It's actually just 2 twin beds squished together.
And we do that so that we can have one kid in one room and the other kid in the other.
The plot thickens. They have 2 rooms. So in my original post, I showed that Abby was holding 2 monitors. That is because they were literally FaceTiming 2 monitors, not just one. They literally FaceTimed both monitors from 2 separate rooms. Now this brings up an entirely different issue, because so many people are like, well, what would happen in an emergency? Well, now we're not just talking about 1 room, we're talking about 2 rooms, 2 babies in 2 different rooms. I'm disgusted. Like, I am disgusted. There is a 2-year-old in a room alone and a 1-year-old in a room alone. I have no words, and I'm not trying to continue to harp on this, but the reason that I keep talking about it is because I know people are thinking like maybe they're doing it for rage bait, like clickbait, whatever, maybe. But the thing is, this is the only type of thing that you can bring to light and say, hey, these might not be people that we should continue to give a platform to. And I will say again, I am not about cancel culture, but this is wrong, and it is at the expense of young children. And so I'm going to be an advocate for those children. It's not my place. I don't have to be, but I'm going to be. Second thing I kind of want to state is the reason that this is so infuriating is because these people are influencers to a very impressionable young group audience of young parents. And so these people are making it seem like this is normal or okay, and it is absolutely not. There are so many people saying if they were in a dining hall and now not just 1 room, 2 rooms, 2 babies, are in 2 separate rooms, to get to those children in an emergency would take at least 10 minutes, if not more. Now in this video, you see that they have one of those like tent things over a pack and play. I don't know if those have a zipper on the inside. If not, I guess maybe that was their security. Then my next question is, where's the baby monitor at? If they have a baby inside of that tent, is the monitor inside the tent? Because that's dangerous, because that would have like a cord or something. And if not, if it's just sitting outside of it, they would not even be able to see if something was happening to their child inside that tent. If people have brought up choking, people have brought up not breathing, being able to visibly see their children, if the monitor is not inside that enclosed tent, how do they know what is happening to their child? This just keeps getting worse. I'm getting more and more angry at the situation as it unfolds.
This is not safe at all, and they are lucky that nothing happened to their kids. The kids could have rolled over in a way where they end up suffocating. They could grab things that are unsafe. Someone could have come into the room, especially since they have a pretty big following on TikTok. You're not sure who could actually recognize you in public, and they could be wanting to hurt you or hurt your kids, so you definitely have to be aware of that. Even if the doors are locked, there are weird people on the ship who can give out keys, well, master keys, and they can get inside of your room, or maybe someone could pick the lock. You never know. And what's so strange about all of this is that it actually turned out that they have a babysitting program on the cruise.
You guys, Matt and Abby's ship had babysitting services. If you've missed this entire thing, Matt and Abby went on a cruise with their kids. They talked about how they were both sleeping in different rooms, so they had 2 rooms with 1 kid in each, and they put their baby monitors in there, FaceTimed their baby monitors, and went to dinner after the kids went to sleep and left them in there by themselves. So I did a little bit of snooping around to figure out what cruise line they were on, and then I went through some of the policies that cruise line has. They offer babysitting. And it's $8.85 an hour per kid. $17 an hour with a 20% service charge. And they will be there from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. They could have reserved 2 for every night. They could have brought them to the little camp facility. They have pillows and blankets. They can bring a pack and play. And there, they would have had to be signed in and out by their adult. It just blows my mind that when they have that choice at their disposal, they choose to go this other route. And it was in no way cost prohibitive and so much safer.
I am wondering why they didn't look into the program. I feel like the dinner wasn't a spontaneous decision. They pretty much knew that they wanted to do that, but they just thought that this idea was just the best idea. I don't know who really thinks to do this. I would rather just deal with the children or just actually not go to dinner at all. Maybe we're just going to eat dinner inside the room. Just different options than leaving them in the room alone. It was very irresponsible for them to do that, but I guess having dinner alone was more important than your children getting hurt or someone taking them. And they have to do better because they are seen as influencers, and saying to your 1.3 million followers that this is a hack to getting alone time on a cruise ship is irresponsible, unsafe, stupid, all of it. Anyone who thinks that this is okay needs to look into the case of Madeleine McCann, who went missing at 3 years old in 2007 from a resort room where she was alone with her 2-year-old twin siblings. Her parents were nearby at a restaurant with her friends, and someone took her and she hasn't been seen since. So if you compare it to leaving your 1 and 2-year-old alone inside the cruise room compared to Madeleine McCann's case, it kind of seems like it definitely has a chance of happening. And when I go onto their Instagram, their comments are limited. I don't know if it's from this situation or if it's all been like that, but only certain comments are able to come through calling them bad parents. So tell me guys what you think about this situation. Do you agree or disagree about their setup, and if you feel like anything else needs to happen legal wise, or do you just feel like people just need to leave these influencers alone, or do you feel like people just need to leave these influencers on the back burner because they are always messing up? Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I see you guys in my next video. Bye.